for watching another episode of Unlocking Medicare. I'm your host, Tyrone Carr. Today we have two special guests, Nick Pyros and Hugh Gall. And so today they're going to talk about their niche business and My Life Video. And so, hearing about through a friend what they do, every week we talk about breaking down Medicare on the micro level. But we also like to have a special guest that kind of brings some, flavor to our industry and maybe some insight to some areas that people may think is a need or a want or desire. And so I'll let Nick and Hugh take over and tell us a little bit about what you guys do and how you're helping our community and just people that have lost a loved one or they have someone that is maybe on that fringe of passing. And so if you guys can, just tell us, shed a little light on what you guys
do. You want me to go ahead?
Yeah,
Sure.
Age before beauty.
That's why I love this guy so much. So My Life Video, what we do is essentially, as you mentioned, it is a bit of a niche, and what we're really trying to do is tell the client's story, and however it is that they want to tell that story. So we ask them to bring images to us, other video they may have, audio clips, whatever the case may be, and we help put that together to tell their story. And we do that in a couple of different ways. We do it in a way we call it kind of a traditional video. So let's say if someone had just passed and they were preparing for memorial service, that's kind of our standard quick turnaround, obviously. And we can put that together relatively, 72 hours or less. So we work with clients to do that. We have a lot of other clients, quite frankly, that are like, well, is this something that I can put together now and for a later date? The answer is absolutely. So that's more of what we call our premiere videos, and it's our pre-planning. And we do everything very similarly, but then we can also shoot videos like this, add that to their story. We actually also will come out to their location if they want shots of their home or whatever it might be to make it personal for them. And then we also do things with templates. So we have live backgrounds that we do. We have a couple of videos that we could show and examples of that. But we really try to make it their story. It's their biography. So it's not just for people. You think about actors and things like that who. It's always people have great stories to talk about them. It's very professionally done. Well, we do that for everybody. So that's sort of our niche.
So would you say ideal customer is like someone who's in the process, maybe they've been given notice that, next 3-4 months, they're probably going to pass. What do you do with someone who has passed? How does that look like? Is it weddings? Is it, a 40th birthday, a 16th birthday? What is that? Or it could be graduation party, or is it all of the above?
So yeah, I can add to that just a little
Please.
bit, because I think this is interesting. It's any life moment that you have. It's a big life moment that you want to capture and tell the story of that moment or the build up to that moment. So yeah, it could be a graduation. It could be a sweet 16 birthday. It could be a 50th birthday. It could be a retirement. It could be a wedding, right? So it's any of these big moments that are happening that will help put photos together that you have. Even could be old videos that you have, maybe VHS tapes, whatever.
Which leads to like we had, a handful of questions that clients had sent in, and so one of them was, can you use my old VHS videos and tape recordings?
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah, we invested into this technology so that we could transfer anything that's older, whether it's even microfiche. Remember the slideshows you used to have? We had a lot of those in my family, and we have the equipment to be able to transfer that down to a digital format. And that's part of our service. It's the value also that we add. So everything that you do give us, we make sure that it's secure and safe. We meet with you. We personally go through the inventory that you give us. We sign off with you on that. We seal it. We bring it right away to transfer and digitize it, and then we return it as quickly as we can back to you in person. So there's no mail involved or anything like that. So there's no worry about your photos that you've had forever getting destroyed or lost.
So one of the questions I got from Sylvia, she said, I was so happy when I saw Tyrone's email come through, and I've been wondering what to get my husband for our 40th wedding anniversary. This would be a perfect gift. And so what is the average price point, and what does that process look like?
Well, so I would have started and said Corvette first, then my life video. But since,
Yeah.
but anyway. So yeah, absolutely. 40th anniversary celebration. I think that is a great opportunity. So as I mentioned at the beginning about like the standard traditional videos, that's as low as $500, and then we go from there. If you're doing something more, in my opinion, this is a milestone. So I would. And again, it's really up to the client, and that's why we consult with each one of them individually. But to me, it would make maybe, unless it's a surprise for the husband, if it's not a surprise, then maybe interviewing the couple. There's things, and like we have, I think I mentioned before, but we have a particular client that they said, I want my baby in the video. And I looked at Hugh and I said, baby? He said, my baby, my BMW convertible that's in the garage. And I said, oh. Okay, he says, I want it in the beginning and I want it at the end. And so we incorporated that whole thing with a drone shot that we did at the beginning and the end. So it really is up to the client. And so, again, we can start as low as $500 and go from there. But there's nothing that would be a surprise. We go through every single thing. Obviously, there's a little bit more production costs if we have to bring out people on site. But we try to keep that nominal. We try to keep it, quite frankly, quick and easy. That's really Hugh's expertise. Being a film director and the things that he's been able to do. He's been able to make that very efficient. Because these aren't actors; these are real people, right? So we try to make it as easy for them as possible.
Okay. So here's a question from Francis. Do the photos and videos we submit have to be digital files, or can we send hard copies? If hard copies are acceptable, are they sent through the mail? If so, what lengths are taken to keep them safe?
So we kind of reviewed that, but I'll go through it again because it is an important process. What we do, and there's companies that do this also, they actually take your photos and videos, whatever you have that are old, and they digitize it for you. But they don't tell the story. So we do that at no additional cost. We'll take everything that you have that's not digitized and we will digitize it for you. We will come to you personally. We will have you go through the inventory with us. We'll both sign off on the inventory. We will safety seal your photos, whatever you have, the assets that we're going to be taking from you. We will take those assets back to our office. We'll digitize them and then return them right to you. Again, verifying that the safety is intact, because these are your life moments that you've had forever and you treasure. But it's important to have them digitized, because then you'll never lose them or nothing can ever happen to them. So that's what we do, and I think it's a safe standard, something we discussed in great detail because we were worried about the mail and doing it that way, and I think it's best if we can at this point.
Right. Our feeling on it was if we're still small enough at this point where we do the majority of work here in Michigan, and we do some work in Florida as well, but we have someone in person. So everything we do again is a consultation. We meet with that client. We go through everything with the client. If they've decided that they're going to work with us, great. We inventory everything, as Hugh mentioned. We take it back and we get it back to them as quickly as we can. Those moments are, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, what's interesting about technology is, as you had mentioned, Tyrone, it's interesting though, there's going to be a point where people will just give us digital. Right? Some people are going to be like, all I have is digital. And we understand that. But again, my parents, if they were still around, and Nick's too, and I think yours, right, they didn't come from the digital era, right? So they're going to be dealing with a lot of old, whatever technology they were using. And so we try and make sure that we can do that for them. But we'll kind of review that with them to see what they have, because audio clips are important too. So that was kind of an interesting thing that we added to it, because when my mom passed, it was really interesting. I was like, gosh, I want to hear her voice. So I had to go back into my wireless device and find voicemail, and I had to find that clip where I could edit it in where you can hear her voice. At her celebration of life that we did, her memorial, and Nick, we did that with Nick's mother also for her video, and it's so powerful when you hear the person's voice.
By far, it is as powerful as being able to shoot actual video like this. To hear that person's voice again is really special.
So since you guys have been doing this, if each one of you give me like a testimony, like one particular client that really just moved you from a video that you guys did, that you created?
They all do. I mean, there's certain moments in all of them because it's the person's life, and I think it's more impactful, of course, or it's heavier for me, or I'm more emotional when I see someone who's passed those images, and sometimes just the music, and then their voice, you know, is strong emotion happens.
Yeah.
But I feel if you wanted to pre-plan this, and you wanted to say a few things to your relatives, or to, you know, somebody who still owes you money or whatever, you know, I mean, it would be, there's humor to it, like, because that's what life is. There's sadness, yes, the person is gone, but why not have a great celebration, and let's hear them talk one more time and hear what they have to say, and give me a lesson, make me laugh, make me cry, and make it a better day. So I think that everyone has its emotional moments. There's no one that you can say, gosh, this one really, you know, really got me, because there's all those moments are in there, for sure.
Yeah, I can feel it just having a conversation about it, just thinking about memories and just, you know, moments where you lose somebody and all you have is those pictures and not, but having a video, I can see where that could be a powerful thing to have.
Well, and one of the things I think that, again, one of the reasons we call it a forever heirloom is when my mom had passed, and when we did the video, a year later, we had literally, because it was still during the pandemic and we couldn't get together, but we had a gigantic Zoom call with all my, you know, family and relatives, and that's the video that we played. And everybody was just, there wasn't a dry eye, and, you know, everybody was like, oh my gosh, to hear your mom's voice again, and, you know, and it's powerful. And, you know, but it's something we always will have forever.
Yeah, I mean, it reaches family anywhere, too, in the world. Like, I have family in Vancouver and Montreal, because I'm from Montreal. And it's interesting just by sending the videos out. I know we can put them on social platforms and that, but it's, you know, personal. It's a little more personal, but if you just send them and tell them, hey, put it on a thumb drive, download it to your computer so you have it forever, I think that's important, too. So it's there forever, and now I don't have to, if I can't make it and I live in overseas or something, I can still share in the experience. So that's huge.
Pretty cool. Well, I thank you guys for coming and joining the show. And yeah, this is not what I was expecting it to be. A little bit more, I guess, emotional, and I think exciting to hear what you guys are doing. So I hope, you know, wish you guys all the best. And so thanks for checking out this video with our friends Nick and Hugh from My Life Video. And if you enjoy this video, please stay tuned. They're going to play a little clip of what they do and how they do it. And if you want to reach out to them and use their services, let them know that you're friends with Tyrone Carr and Associates, and they'll give you 10% off your video. And again, please subscribe to our channel, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks.
You've lived a full life, and now it's time to leave your legacy. You graduated high school with honors and lettered in 3 sports. Earned a bachelor's degree and graduated from college. Went on to serve your country honorably. Started a successful business. Found the love of your life. Got married and raised a family. Coached your kids' Little League. You traveled the world. Saw your kids get married and now have grandchildren. And then you retired. You have quite a story to tell. And that's where we come in. We are My Life Video, so gather your photos and bring us your videos and tapes. We consult and help you create a cinema quality video with graphics, audio clips, music, and much, much more. Introducing My Life Video. Let's tell your story, your forever heirloom.